Okay, so here we are. We're going to start another video. We're going to fix up a Fender Squier Strat. And I thought I'd show you how we set up the workshop. This is kitchen table. And what we do is we start out with a soft surface to work on by rolling out the rug. Boom. There we got a perfect surface to work on. And then to make an even softer, more protective surface, we've got this foam pad that we use that goes on here. And then the guitar mounts right on top of there. And then we've got a place to work, soft, safe surface, non-skid. I'll be right back. We'll do a couple more. The next thing is we need something to work on. I got a place to hold the neck. And then our victim, our patient today, is this Fender Stratocaster Squier Bullet Blue that I got online on eBay for $90.20. And we're going to do a little bit of a makeover on that and fix it up. Be right back. I got to let the dog in. So what we've got here is a bunch of things we're going to use to transform this guitar. That I think you can see there is the Squier Bullet. Everything worked. All the pickups worked and so forth. I did put a new pair of strings on and tried that all out, set up the height and so forth, and got the action right, and that's all pretty good now. But what I want to do is do a further makeover with that. I'm going to put a new Fender plate on the back. I'm going to change over the tuners. These old tuners are kind of crummy. I got these China ones that are F-style. The F-styles are the slotted original style of tuners that I don't know if you can see enough, but they got a hole in the top where you put the string in. These are inline tuners. I don't know how well they're going to work. We're going to find out. We'll get into that in a little while. And I'm probably going to dress up the fingerboard with some stencil. And I may replace, oh no, I'm not. I'm not going to replace that at all. This has pretty good string guides. I was going to think about doing something else, but I forgot. Those are pretty nice. I'm going to leave those alone. And then we'll clean it all up a little bit more, make it a little bit shinier, and get it in shape to play again. And we'll put a new set of strings on too. And we got all our stuff over there, tools ready to go, and face any calamity that comes along. And then we'll use our Snark tuner to retune and get in shape again. So we'll be going in just a second. Hang on. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is take all the strings off. And that's pretty simple. So we got to do a couple things. First, we're going to take the strings off. Then we're going to take the old tuners out and get them out of the way. And then we're going to take a look and see how the size lines up with the F-style tuners we're going to replace it with. So this we can do fairly quickly. I actually think I got a pretty good deal on this. It was $90.20. Came from a pawn shop in Nevada. The guy shipped it in a nice, well-padded box, did a great job. I thought it was really a good buy. And because everything worked, all the electronics worked. I expected to have some trouble, but I didn't have any. Take these out. Somebody's at the door. Hold on. All right, we're back again. What we're doing is removing the strings. So I took all the tops off, Now the easiest way to get rid of these is just take a pair of wire cutters, not a pair of scissors because you ruin them, and then just cut them off. Unless you're going to try to reuse them again. If you're going to try to reuse them, you don't want to cut them. But here we're not going to reuse. These are a pretty nice set of flat mounts, but we're going to go with the bullets. We'll see how they go. And then to get these out of the bottom, the back here, we're just going to push them through. I think you can see that. Drive these guys right out of here. Just take them right out of the back. And those are all out. So that's the end of the string. So next thing we're going to do is take a look up at the top of the head here and work on getting the tuners out. Whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to kick you in the nose there. Let's see if we can zoom a little bit. Can I zoom with my finger in the way? No, I guess not. We'll leave it alone. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is look at taking these guys off. I got this cute little screwdriver with the light that I like a lot. Gives me a little bit of extra light and I can see what I'm doing. And then maybe you can see what I'm doing. I'm not sure how well these are going to fit. So last time I tried this on my other Fender guitar, my other Squier, the holes lined up totally differently. Just a big surprise. And the main holes of the tuners themselves were too small. So I had to drill it all out. These look like these are going to be small too, but we'll see. Heck, while we're here, we could try and see how this new tuner is going to fit. Now the difference between these and that is the way they sit is totally different for one thing. And the hole might be different. Well, they might fit in the hole, so that's going to be one thing that'll work and they won't have to be re-drilled. These tuners are the F style, where you put the string straight down and then wrap around. We'll see how that all works. I got big hopes for them. So I'm going to take the rest of these out. I can see there's a little bit of oil residue from where these were before. Not sure what that's from. Maybe somebody took them off one time and tried to clean them up. Make them work better. The tuners that I bought are China made, so we'll see how good they are. I don't have high hopes. I just like the way that the F-style tuners work. It sort of hides the string and there's no sharp end sticking out. And that's nice too, I think. That's a tough one. I hope it ain't stripped. But I like this flashlight with the light. Helps you to be able to see what you're screwing around with, literally. This head is a little tough. Well, it's coming. So that one's done. Put my Fender logo up here on my strap. It's cute. comes number 4. If you're ever looking at buying a guitar, these Squiers are very good. You get a heck of a lot of bang for your buck. They're pretty inexpensive and they play really well. The only thing you need to be careful of, from what I'm told, is that they're made in like 3 different countries. The worst made ones, I'm told, are China made. This is made in Indonesia, crafted, it says, in Indonesia, not made in China. And the other place they build them is in Mexico. And the Mexico and the Indonesia builds are pretty good. They use better quality components from what I understand, and they hold up a little bit better. And they play better right out of the box. The ones that are made in China don't necessarily play that well. Now you can see this is all done. Those are out. There's some oil on here, I don't know, from the tuners. So we'll clean this up and we'll see how the other ones are going to fit. This is the new tuner. It's going to have new screw holes. I'm going to have to drill new screw holes, but I don't mind that. We'll see how these are going to stack once we try to put them together. There's new collars that'll go on the front. And there should be a little bag of screws in here somewhere too, to screw these things down. I hope there is. Oh, they're in with the collars. Okay, so they're in there. So we'll take a couple of these out and see how they sit up, as they say in the trade. There's number 1. These should stack right up against each other and work pretty well, I hope. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe there's a starter one. First one. And they go over each other? Or do they piggyback in? What do they do? I don't know. I'm not sure. I got different configurations here. Now I'm a little confused because I didn't know this was coming. Another surprise in Guitar Makeover World. Is that one supposed to go up there? And then these are supposed to sit into each other and piggyback down. The screws share the hole. That's different, huh? I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about. Hang on one second. Now, as we take a close look, you can see this one's got a big head on the top. I suppose that's the first one. And then these other ones, I think, are meant to fit in behind and maybe share a screw hole. So we'll see how that all goes in a few minutes. I don't know. I've never come across this in my amazing career of working on guitars over the last 6 months, and just a very short time working on electrics. And this one too. No, there's the other one. Okay. So we got to see if we got another one that finishes off the bottom. I don't know. Surprise, surprise. There's another one that'll go that way. There's another one that'll go this way. We're all getting into this right at the same time. Funny business, huh? There's a final one. Oh, and this is a bottom one, I guess. So they must stack that way. So you got a starter and a finisher. And that's what that does. So those line up like that, which I didn't know. That's a surprise, and it must share a screw hole here, here, and here. It's got an end starter and another one. Funny business. Son of a gun. So we'll have to see about that. We'll have to drill some new holes, which doesn't scare me. I've been doing that stuff before for a while. So we'll take these all out for now. We'll line up the heads so that they're sticking straight up and they're not in each other's way. That's helpful when you're placing them. Son of a gun. So I didn't know that was the case. The next thing we've got to do is get those old heads out. We'll see how they hold up and how luckily this is not a very finished finish on this headstock. It's kind of a dull finish, which is pretty good. So it makes it simple. So I've got to get a piece to drive these out with and get a hammer. All right, I'll be right back. We'll show you how we do that. Okay, so we're going to take, I took one out just in the beginning here already just to show you. It's kind of a mess. We used my special guided light. These are real dull. They might clean up actually and reuse them, but I don't think so. We'll go with new ones. But I've got this tool that's got a dull driver in the front, and I just put that through on the other side and give it a pop. Ooh. Something just went flying. Oh, one of my tools did. And I lost the other piece on the floor. Here it is. We found it. But that's the easiest way to remove those guys. So you can kind of hold it with one hand and give it a pop and catch it on the other side. Do a little better. See, there's the other piece coming out on that side. And then once we get them all out, we'll flip it over and see how much damage we got, if there's any at all. I don't think there's going to be any, because these are not glued in or anything. They're just press fit in. Just takes a little strike to take them out. Just like at a Red Sox game. 6 strikes and you're out. Okay, so those are all out now. Now we'll flip this over. Take a look and see what the headstock looks like. Looks pretty good. We'll clean it up a little bit. We'll clean this up, maybe do this in black. Do the other piece in black, just for the heck of it. But there's no damage here at all that I can see. And probably that you can see. We'll get a brighter light and take a look. Got my little stand around shop light. There's the highlights. Pretty good. Not bad at all. So I'm going to get a magic marker and touch up this stuff. I'll put some tape on here so I don't screw up the head. But I think I'm going to try to do as much as I want to do on this guitar, because it was only 90 bucks. Be right back. All right, we're back again. The next thing we're going to do is use some painter's tape and tape off this part of the fretboard. Because what I'm going to do, what I'm going to try to do, is just redo this nut to black, just so that this whole end and the nut will be in black. Why? Because it's my guitar and I can do what I want to do. You know what I should do is take these things off and get them the heck out of the way. And then they won't be there. Let me see if I can use another driver to get these guys out and keep them safe. And I'll clean it'll make it easier to clean the whole head. And then I'll clean this whole head up. Maybe I should do that first. I'll use some lighter fluid to clean that up. So I'll take these off. Because these are nice. These look like they were newly put on. I don't think they were the original ones. The original ones, they just had those little silly looking spring things that sat over like a curlicue. And I think what I'll do here, the light doesn't show up much, does it? Is get some of my famous lighter fluid. I learned about doing this. If you're into guitar repair, one of the best guys online is Dave. Dave's World of Fun Stuff. He shows a lot, does a lot, knows a lot. He's a bass player who turned into a repairman. So I got this lighter fluid that you use to clean this stuff up. And it does a really good job, and it instantly dissolves when it's done. And like he says, don't smoke when you're doing this. So we'll get that all cleaned up, and I think I'll flip it over and get to the back side while we're here and hit this with a little bit of a clean spot on the rag and a little more lighter fluid. And we'll clean up the back of the headstock. Now this has the original sticker, I think, from when it was manufactured, and says it's inspected by blah blah blah. I don't know if I'd like to get rid of that. And if you can see here, it says crafted in Indonesia. And Indonesia, like I said, has the better parts, better pieces. So that's really all that needs to clean up and do better. And then we'll do the fingerboard, the fretboard and stuff in a while. Maybe I should do that first before I get into this other mess. I think we'll renege on this for right now. We'll do the cleaning up first, and then we'll go back and do some of the other dirty work. I haven't cleaned this up yet since I got it. I'm gonna polish the frets and stuff too. But like Dave said, you don't let any of this stuff linger. You just bring it right down, clean it up, it dries away, it's all gone, the fretboard's clean. And I'm gonna do some of these fake inlays on here too. So I may not do anything much more to this because I don't want to get any oil on there because they may not stick as well, I think. So that's that. Simple. The frets aren't sharp, they don't pull. This is pretty good shape. And that's lighter fluid. And by now it's all gone, it's all dried up. It ain't even there anymore. Pretty good. All right, so there's two things we're gonna do now. I'm gonna go back to our tape. What did I do with my tape? I thought I stuck it down, I did. So we're gonna tape off the top of the headstock just to keep the black off of it, because I don't want the rosewood to become black. I want the rosewood to be rosewood, except for this top part. I'm going to hit this with some of that, and I think I may cover this front piece so I don't screw up the headstock any more than I have to, because I don't want to. Why? Because it's my guitar. And when it's my guitar, I do what I want. When it's your guitar, you do what you want. And I think that's the way it should be in the world. So the next thing we got a good Sharpie, brand new, not brand new, but in good shape magic marker. And if you want black, this is the poor man's ebony. So we'll do this. We'll do it all the way down. And it will just look like it's an ebony part of fretboard or something like that, I think. So we'll try to do this up too. This will probably be a mistake. But it's not the first mistake I've ever made in my life. Oh my God, it's coming off. That might be even easier if I took it all the way out and did it. Ooh. We catch a little break here. That's funny, huh? got a little nub in there. I didn't realize that either. Oh, I kind of wish I'd left it alone. I think this is bone. Can't be bone. Not in this cheap guitar. It's got to be a piece of plastic. But it's okay. Let's see what we can do here. Try not to get too much of it on our fingers. I'm gonna let this side dry and then hold it by the other end. Try to get that done. It's like there's a hole there. And the strings will cover up that part, so that won't matter too much. Then we'll try to get another whack on here, because if this is wet and you try to put it on, it kind of wipes itself off. So you got to kind of let it dry, and even then it tends to pull itself off. Dirty, rotten. But anyway, that ain't looking too bad. Now I gotta let that dry for a little bit and do the other end, so I don't end up with it all over my fingers. I will anyway, I'm sure I will, because I'm that kind of a slob. Alright, so there you go. There's a poor man's ebony. And I think it'll go back that way. Not bad. Alright, so that's done. To the degree it's going to be done. What do I do with the cap? I lost the cap. Here it is. Things always end up behind stuff. So now we can peel that tape away and see a nice clean edge. And then we'll take this tape away and see a clean edge on the top. So that's good. That's why God in His infinite wisdom invented tape. So the next thing, let's take a break. All right, so we're back again. We're going to open this bag. And this has the screws. We're going to try to open this bag. We're going to cut this bag open because I'm sick of the bag. Okay, so we got the screws and we got the heads in here. Let's see how these are going to fit. These are the supposedly brand new ones. And they're just going to press right in there. They were fit pretty good. That is about as good a break as you can get, because it actually fits. Not bad. So we'll take and go 1, 2, 3, 4. I like them to fit a little hard, because then I know that the press fit in there well. It's nice. So these are the same size. That's amazing. The last job I did this on, they weren't the same size at all. It's kind of a mess. So the next thing I'm going to do, just for the fun of it, is put a cloth over so I don't scratch them, and just give them a press with a pair of pliers, just to make sure they're sitting down nice and tight. And I'm not scratching them up, which is also nice to know. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, number 6. Okay, that's good. All right, so they're all pressed in now. They're nice and shiny. They're brand new. They should be shiny. So we'll see how this fits on this side. If we find a starter, get a starter just to drop it up and see how that fits in there. Oh, that's nice. That's actually going to be pretty nice. Okay, so now what we've got to do is turn the guitar over again and start drilling holes and getting these things lined up. So this is going to be the next challenge as to how the heck this works. So you're telling me that these things line up that way. And I've got to drive a new screw hole right in between. Where's the screw heads for these? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is there an extra or is there 8? Must be 8. That's the bottom one. So do you start from the bottom and work your way up? What the hell do you do? I don't know. There's no instructions that come with this stuff. You're just supposed to know. Now, if I screw this up, it's going to be really screwed up. So there's no opening in between. So these guys just sit together. See how I'm looking here? Where am I? There I am. You got to line up these things. They're going to sit together, and you drill the hole in the middle to hold them both, one on each end. I guess is the way that goes. So you got to get them all lined up right from the get-go, or you're really in trouble. Let's bring this up a little. You got to pull back a little. So if that goes there, then this one's got to go here, and then this one's got to line up right there. Oh, this is going to be exciting. That seems to work. You just got to be careful. You just got to make sure you got all your ducks in a row, literally here. And then we'll do the last one. So I think we'll start from the bottom because I don't know any different. So the next thing I need is a drill and a fine tip drill at that. So what we're going to do is try to see if we can line them all up and then start and re-engage. Maybe we should drill up first. Seems like it's going to work. Put this down, find the hole, see if I can lay that one into it right in between. What do I think? I think that's what you got to do. just do that. Profiles and courage here. Just be courageous, brave, and bold. It's going to be a pain in the neck. I'll try my little teeny tiny screwdriver. See if this is any better. Get a better grip. Can I lay it in there? Well, there's the first one going down. Can you see? Now you can see my hand. Now I got to drill another hole and start this next one. Okay, we don't want to go through the headstock. How do we do? I don't know where you can see it from that angle. Let me change the angle and see if you can get a better look. See if we can get this one in. I guess that's the way it goes, and they're kind of lining up pretty good. Just got to get this thing in the right position. We'll start this down. Son of a gun. I think it's working. I guess that's the way you do it, because it seems to be working. Wow. Looks pretty good. So there's the hole, and you line these guys up, and it holds each other all the way up the row. Pretty good. I'm surprised. But it's working okay. So we got to put another screw in. Oh no. And I dropped the screw on the floor. That's ugly. That's ugly. So we'll try to hold that steady and drive this down with the little teeny tiny screwdriver with the good head. And I can feel it bite. I can feel it grab both tuners. Then this one's got to sit in between there too. I got to go find that screw. Time out. Now I'm working here on an overhang. And the last time I did one of these things, I put a paper bag here underneath to catch the sawdust. But I think I'll do it again here because it can also catch a screw if I drop the damn thing again. Not a bad idea for an old guy, huh? Let's go up a little. And then let's go down a little. And then let's try to see if we can make this thing move. Can I go out? No, I want to go in. Okay, that's as far as I can go in. So we'll go up a little. We'll zoom out. Try to go zoom, zoom, zoom. That way you can get a better view. Okay, so we got to drill our next hole here very carefully, pushing down. We'll get another screw. And we'll place the next screw in the hole. Try not to drop it. And we got our emergency catch bag here, just in case. No, I know what I was doing. I was using that to hold it in. Hold that up. We'll do that. Then we'll try to do that. Try to get the angle better. The angle stinks, I know, because I'm looking right in on it. Let me move over the side. Maybe you can see better that way. Okay, so let's try moving. And we'll go down. And do that. See how we see now. You see any better? I guess you can see as good as you're going to see. If I get my stupid self out of the way, there we go. All right, so now we're going to try to line this up, hold it in place, drop the screw down until we feel it bite, which is now. And then we got two more screws to do up top here, which this seems to be working. So we've learned another new way to do tuning. How deep am I drilling? I'm not sure. I'm hopefully not coming through the other side. I don't think I am. That's pretty good. Geez, I think they even gave me an extra screw because they knew people like me drop them. Anyway, we'll go with putting this one in. difference here. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to kick you in the nose. It was an accident. All right, so we got one last hole to drill, and then these will be done. The holes, a couple of holes show from the old tuners, but as they say in the trade, tough. I'm okay with that. Why? Because it's my guitar. If it was your guitar, it might not be okay, but most of the holes are covered except for one or two here right on the very edges. And there isn't a heck of a lot I'm going to do about that because this is the $90 guitar from eBay. Crafted in Indonesia, bought from a pawn shop in Nevada. Boy, the world gets smaller, huh? All right, I think that's the last screw, but I'm not all the way down yet. I need to hit this one down really tight and get it good. So we'll use our heavy industrial strength screwdriver with the light and see if I can get a better purchase on the screw head and not strip it to shit, which I'm afraid I'm doing. Are we down? No, it's loose. All right, so let's go back to the crummy little screwdriver that wasn't wrecking anything. All right, and we'll take a couple of more. All right, that wasn't all the way down. And this one, I'm sure, is not all the way down. But that's better now because it's tight. The bottom feels loose. Let's see if we can get a little bit more purchase on this end. That feels better. I am amazed. We'll get a last bite out of everybody and see if they all snug down. They look pretty good. They don't have the Fender F on the back like the more expensive ones. And I'm sure the tuning ratios are not quite as good as the other ones. But are they acceptable? We don't know yet. We just put the damn things on. We're going to put strings on in a while. But first we're going to muck with the board and do a few more things. And we'll get this all tightened up. Make sure everything is good and tight as it can be. And that is as good as I can get it. And I have an extra screw. Isn't that nice of them? Anyway, that's done. So there's the tuners all finished. I think you can see the holes all line up nice. They seem pretty steady. They're solid. I guess I tightened the screws down enough. I like them. And we have 6 inline brand new tuners here with new rivets. And they're the F-hole type with the holes in top. Strings go through the hole and then wrap. There's no end dangling out. Nice. Neat. Nice and neat. So that's it. We'll be back in a minute. Oh, now we're getting ready to do some other stuff. We're just putting these string trees back that belong here after we cleaned up the head. Just make sure they're straight and we'll tighten them down good. That won't go anywhere. And then we got one more here that goes in there. Find the screw hole. Oh, you can put the light on so you can see. This lighted screwdriver is cute. I got it at Ocean State Job Lot for about $5. Heck of a buy. Get it straight. There. One more little tuck on this one. There. Now those are tight. All right. Now the next thing we're going to do, I think, is clean up the frets. Take it from this side, I think, right down the headboard. You can see the whole silly thing. I got a fretboard cleaning kit here somewhere. Here it is. All right, these things are to cover and protect the fretboard so that you don't scratch it up while you're putting these things on. Oh, the guy who invented these plastic bags is a wise guy. You can never get them opened. And the convenient, easy open peel pack. Why, it's so simple, even a child can do it. But a senior citizen runs into serious trouble. All right, so there's two different sizes. This happens to be 600 grid. All right, there's that size and there's this size. This is for the narrower frets. This is for the wider ones. You lay that over to protect it. This is 650 grid sandpaper. You can use even finer, 1000 grid, whatever you want. And then you don't muck up the fretboard, but you polish up the frets. Isn't that special? Huh? If you're the kind of a weenie weirdo that I am. I like them shiny and clean. Nice. No big deal. No heavy lifting. Not hard to do. Just takes a little bit of labor. So we're going to go down and do all the frets and see how they look afterwards. They should be better than what they are now. They aren't too bad, really. I mean, this is gilding the lily, if you ask me, but it still looks better. We'll get the ends done good. And not ruin the wood. See? The old and the new. We'll be back. You don't need to watch all of this boring. So here we are again. That's all done. The new tuners are in. They look pretty good. The fretboard is all cleaned up. We polished all the frets. Those are all done. And then we cleaned up the back of the bottom end of the guitar and stuff. So that's all finished. So the next thing we're going to do, I think I'm going to do these inlays along the fingerboard. And that's coming up right about now. Let's see if we can't get in close. Let you have a bird's eye view. Okay? Be back in a minute.